Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. We are at Unit 1, Lesson 4, okay? Trying to keep it under 10 minutes for you. All right, so this is basic exponent properties. I vary the notes a little bit, okay? So we're going to start out with just basic, a monomial times a monomial. All right, I'm not worried about all this over here, okay? So when you have a monomial times a monomial, or you're distributing and you have a monomial times a binomial, it doesn't matter. What we want to do is we want to group the like terms. So what I mean by that is the -2 and the 4. So we have -2 times 4, okay, because we're multiplying. All right, so that's the part of the term that's the same. All right, so that gives us a -8. Then you group the variables. So we have x to the 5th times x squared. Okay, now I think we already talked about this. When you're multiplying the same base, you add the exponents. So you get x to the 7th. Okay, so what does that give you as an answer? It gives you this -8x to the 7th. Okay, now of course you can use your calculator anytime you want. Some of these are rather basic, but still you don't want to lose points on something as a moderate level or something too basic. Okay, so don't take things for granted. Okay, so what do we do here? We're finding the product. The numbers again, 5 and 3. 5 times 3, 15. X squared times x to the 6th. So x squared times x to the 6th. You add the exponents, x to the 8th. 15x to the 8th, done. Okay, next one. -2 times -6 gives you a +12. Now there's an x there. X to the, this is the first power. There's nothing there. So 4 and 1 is 5. The fractions. Don't take fractions for granted. If you have to put it in, put it in. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Get the problem correct. So 3/2 times 6 is 9. All right, and you have x to the 4, x to the 10th is x to the 14th. 4x cubed squared. So what I would do if I were you, I would show that there's the first one, there's the second one. Okay? And we have 16x to the 6th because it's 3 plus 3, not 3 times 3. Okay? Now, sometimes you might have more than one variable. Same process. Okay, same process. Whatever's similar, whatever's the same, you're going to combine into a single one. So 4 times 5, 20. The x's, you have a 3 and a 1, which is x to the 4th. Y's gives you 2 and 5, which is y to the 7th. That's it. Okay? You want to make sure that you have a constant, a single constant, a single x, and a single y in this case. Okay? Letter B. -2 times -4 gives you an 8. X to the 7th, x squared is x to the 9th. Y cubed, y to the 6th is y to the 9th. And that's as far as you can go. Okay? Next one, fractions again. If you need to use your calculator, use your calculator. Okay? 1/2 times 5/2 is 5/4. X cubed, y 6th. Okay, you're adding the exponents. Okay? Now, fill in the missing blank with each of the following. All right, so what they're doing is they're kind of giving us the solution. Okay? So they're giving us the 6x5, which is the product of 2x squared and another term. So we're working backwards. So we have a 2 over here. We have a 6. What would we multiply the 2 by to get a 6? We would multiply by a 3. We have an x squared. We want to end up with an x5th, or we start with an x to the 5th, and part of it is x squared, however way you want to look at it. So this is a x cubed. Okay, so it's 3x cubed. So that way, if I multiply these two together, I get the 6x to the 5th. Okay, 12x to the 8th, I already have the 4, therefore I need a 3. X to the 8th, I already have 3 of them, so x to the 5th. Okay, I have a +20. I already have a -2. Therefore, I need a negative 10. X squared, I already have 1x, so I just need another one. That's an x. Y to the fourth, I already have y cubed, so it's negative 10xy. Okay? So I can go at a good pace, I think, because I don't think this is too bad. If I'm going too fast, tell me in class, okay? Let me know, all right? I don't want to assume too much. Here's more distributive property. So hypothetically, the distributive property, when I have a monomial, it's still a monomial times a monomial, and then the monomial times another monomial, okay? But there just is an either plus, addition, or a minus, subtraction sign between them, okay? Follow the same process. 2x times 5x, 10x squared plus 6x. Okay, next one, the 5x cubed is going to all of these. So then we have a 10x to the fifth minus 15x to the fourth plus 30x cubed. Nothing should be a like term. Negative 7x squared gives me a negative 7x to the fourth plus 14x cubed minus 21x squared. Okay, be very careful with your signs. This one might be a little different, okay, because we don't have x's and y's in every single one. So just combine the x's, combine the y's where necessary. So in this first one, xy squared times x squared gives me an x cubed y squared minus. Okay? And then you have xy squared times y squared, xy to the fourth. Okay? So you only add the exponents of the like base. 3x squared y to the fourth going through. So the first one, it's 6x to the fourth, y to the fifth, plus 3x cubed, y to the sixth, minus 12x squared, y to the seventh. Okay? So, again, you're just adding exponents. And none of the signs are changing. Okay, don't change any of the signs unless out in front you have a negative like we did in letter C. Okay, then you'll see the signs change. Okay? And we're wrapping up here. Yeah, so we're factoring again. All right, this time we're factoring from a polynomial. So we're taking the 4x out, so that's what was in common in both of these terms. So the 4x, so therefore we need a 2x, because that way that'll get me back to the 8x squared, minus 3. So that way if I distribute the 4x through, I would get back to that 8x squared minus 12x. Factoring is going to be key, okay? It's a major part of this course, and then if you go higher with pre-calc and calc, okay? So now the like term, okay, is 7x squared that we're taking out. So we already have a 7, so we just need an x squared minus 21, we need a 3, and then one more x. 28, we need a 4, and the x squareds are the same. So x squared minus 3x minus 4. Letter C, 5xy squared. So just do each part. 5 from 10 gives me the 2. I have an x, the x cubed, so therefore there's x squared. Y squared, all set. Okay, minus 5 with the 20 is a 4. X squared, and we take out 1x, so there's the other x. There's y cubed. I took out y squared, so I need 1y left. Plus 5 into 35 is your 7. X's, I have 1 of each, so I don't need anything. I started with 5. I took out 2, and I have 7y cubed. Okay? And then the last one is kind of like a factor by grouping, which we're going to learn about. Okay? So hypothetically, this is the first term. This is the second term. Okay? You see what I'm taking out is that x minus 2. So I'm taking out an x minus 2. Okay, so if it's gone there, I'm left with a 4x squared. So I still have this part here in the second one, which is your minus 9. 4x squared minus 9. Okay? There you have it. Under 10 minutes, like I promised. Okay? Any problems, any concerns, any questions, make sure you ask me in class. Okay? All right, we'll see you in class.